Hello, everyone. My name is Danny. This review is for the movie called The Empty Man. This is a 2020 film. It is rated R. It runs a little over 2 hours with 2 hours 17 minutes. And it just was in theaters last week. It's been a week and a day since I have watched this movie because I went on vacation. But I'm just getting around to my review and getting my life back to normal, coming back from vacation. But I did watch it when it first came out. This stars James Badgedale, Stephen Root, and Joel Courtney. The description: on the trail of a missing girl, an ex-cop comes across a secretive group attempting to summon a terrifying supernatural entity. This does only still have like 500 grades on IMDb, so even though it's been out in theaters for a whole week, not many people have been able to go watch it, I guess. But yeah, we'll discuss the grade in a second, and this is The Empty Man. Thank you everybody for watching this video. If you'd like any correspondence with me outside of YouTube, I do have my Facebook page. It's called Danny's Movies and Music. And if you'd like to check that out, I'd appreciate it. But I will restate that I've been on vacation for a week. And so I have not been able to get around to this review. Just finally getting it up at the end of the month. Next will be my collection update video. That'll be right after this, and I just want to thank you guys for watching me. I'm sorry I haven't been active, but that's what's going on, is I was just on vacation. So what my memory serves of The Empty Man is what I'm able to say here. Honestly, I had to kind of refresh my memory on what this movie was even about. I mean, you go a week after watching a movie that you don't really care about, it's hard to really remember. Don't you have that? I'm sure I'm not the only one that feels that way. So this movie starts out very weird. Not what you expect, not what you really care about, but it's really interesting. And once I started, understanding what we're doing, I was like, okay, I'll buy into this beginning of the movie. And it's maybe 20 minutes long or so. It has this group of four out mountain hiking in the snow, and they come across something, and then they try to escape with their lives, and it's a whole thing. But it's really interesting how they start out the movie, and then we like flash to a complete different story, different people, different guidelines in a regular town. I was like, okay. So then it's like you have to work your way back into the movie, and I just don't like that aspect. If you're gonna have a movie like that, have some setup or something, you can have like a flashback in somebody's life. Excuse me. But you can have like a flashback in somebody's life or something. But I just don't like having a complete different story other than our main story. And then they go forward with that. Maybe the next hour and a half is all about that. So, yeah. The crazy thing about this movie being called The Empty Man is is having an empty man. And I was able to talk with the two other people that were in the theater with me after this, and my question to you: do you understand everything that this movie's throwing at you? I don't think you will. I don't think anybody can, because there's so much going on, and it's very complex, and then it doesn't really play by any rules. I mean, scary movies usually don't, right? But this one, like, okay, it goes by the usual myth, legend, that after 3 days you die. The empty man gets you. But there's so many people worshiping the empty man, dealing with the empty man, that know of the empty man, that are not dead. And it starts to kind of unravel itself. It kind of seems to get caught up in itself because it, has some other interesting things happening and stuff. And I just don't think that the movie knows what it's doing, because that's kind of what we decided as a audience of three, that the movie gets a little caught up in itself. And I agree with that because there's a lot going on here. You have the first 20 to 30 minutes explaining stuff, and then you have the last scene that tries to explain something, and I think it goes above everybody's head. Whether you enjoy scary movies or not, I just don't think you're going to understand the concept. And then the middle part, which is kind of a nice little story, nice little characters, and some things are happening, and you have the stupid, oh, you have to explain the legend, like you do on every one of these movies. And I just think that it gets caught up, and I don't think it takes a moment to sit back and say, does this scene make sense? Do these characters make sense? I just think it goes ahead with it. And when you have a movie like that, it's really hard to understand how they ever got through with shooting the whole thing and how they put it out in the public for people to watch. So my personal opinion is that I think they should have kept with the first scene. I think they should have, tried to stay a little bit more true to that, stay a little bit more in the timeline of that, because the timeline does get skewed in this also. I don't really know what's going on. It gets kind of lost. It gets really over your head. You can get bored. You can get sleepy with a movie like this that changes themes, because then you're just like so caught up. You're trying to figure everything out. So because of the first scene, I'm going to give this movie a C+. I think it has potential. I think it is mediocre, but it has some good ideas at the beginning and end. I just don't think people are able to figure them out. I would love to watch it again and try and figure it out more. This really reminds me of the movie Tenet that just came out once, movies were coming out. And both of these movies, Tenet and The Empty Man, really can make you think. If you sit down and watch them more than once, which I'm hoping I will in the future, watch those two movies more than once, I'm hoping I understand more the second viewing. Because the first viewing is just like, whoa, what? And, everybody loved Tenet, and some people might love The Empty Man, but I don't think people truly understand what all is going on after watching it once. So that's my advice to you, is that I'm giving it a C+ because of its potential, because you need to watch it more than once if you're going to watch it at all. But I do advise watching The Empty Man. It's just some things wrong with it here and there, okay? Thank you guys. If you like this or any of my other videos, try and get some of them watch. Like and subscribe to my channel if you would. And enjoy movies. Thanks.